What's up? I was about to go to bed, but I saw this chart, was thinking about it, and I did a post on Mara earlier today on X. I just posted a video to the channel, sharing some thoughts that I think, are applicable here in the Mara chart. Things are looking really good. I'm excited about it. And so rather than going to bed, I am going to do what's probably not advised is I'm going to make this video, so I hope it is helpful for you guys. But anyways, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. That's Degenerative Education, meaning none of this is financial advice, just me having fun being a degen looking at charts. And so, yeah, this is Marathon Holdings, or I believe they actually just go by Mara now, or Mara. This is a Bitcoin mining company. We do have the FOMC, I believe, notes tomorrow, or Jerome Powell will be speaking about the meeting that I think occurred today on Tuesday, as I record this late at night. And so, yeah, Wednesday's probably going to be pretty volatile, but Mara, as we can see here, we did have a very big green candle on the day. Looks like up nearly 8%, going up $1.29, 7.94%, and closing the day at a price of $17.53. And the thing that really stands out to me about the chart, it's actually a number of things. I don't have anything drawn up here. Sometimes it's nice to just take a step back, look at the chart with nothing on it. But very clearly got a very clean break above that 50-day simple moving average, which is right around $16.68, or let's round it up to $16.69. I think that we could retest that, so I'd be prepared for that. But I think this looks really good. And one of the things that stood out to me, and this actually is from a video that I posted on the channel. I just watched it, and it kind of inspired me to look at some of these things in the charts. And so this is from Colin Gladman. You can follow him on X, or you can subscribe to him on YouTube. He's active on X daily, posts videos once or twice a month on YouTube, but they are always great content. So I'd encourage you to follow him, subscribe to him, and check out this video. It's about 45 minutes long, but he does get into a lot of great, I think it's really just like, the thought process and the perspective of doing technical analysis and levels and, all this stuff. So I just think that's a really great video, and that's really what's inspired this video that I'm doing now. And so one of the things that he had mentioned in that video was that some people do trade the RSI, and that so when it gets to be overbought, like when it crosses 70, they would sell. And in his video, he gave an example of when a stock got to 70. If you would have sold, you would have missed out on further gains as the price went higher. And so I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen with Mara. I do think that it will continue to go higher, maybe get up to around 20 or so. No idea. Might be going higher. Like I said, no idea. But looking at the RSI down here, we can see that it's at 64.73. So it's not yet at 70, but it's getting pretty close. And so over here, the RSI got to, let's see, a high of 70.87. So, didn't really get too intensely, into the overbought territory, but then it did pull back. So maybe this is an example of, that being a good time to actually trim. But I think that, if we compare the time over here versus what we're seeing now, there are some things that do stand out to me. And to be honest, I am just walking you guys through my thought process. But this thing that I noticed happened to be, this green candle here that we had today on Tuesday, September 16th, kind of reminds me of this big green candle over here. And on that day, we went up 13.38%. Like I said, today, just about 8%. And so the thing that reminds me about that day is I was just trying to line up the RSI with the cursor there. And, it's like, oh, well, right over here, where there was that big green candle, we were about at the same RSI. But price, where is price? So here, price closed on that day. That was July 2nd. Price closed at 1780. Whereas today, actually, I mean, I guess it's pretty similar. We closed at 1753. But, I feel like actually, yeah, I mean, this does seem like it's a very similar kind of pattern here. Bottom here, starting to move and then break out. This was also below the 50 SMA, but this launch was beginning from above it. This launch here was breaking through it. And if that does continue, whether that's related to the FOMC or something else, I think that the RSI does have some room to move to above 70, maybe to get to 80. And with that, I think that this could be really taken off to around 20 or so. And yeah, so that looks good. Also, what we do see is we do have volume, increasing here. And so that is good. This big surge in volume we saw, it looks like 112.74 million shares traded on September 16th. So 112.74 million. Hopefully I said the million part of that. But yeah, so that's, a lot of volume backing up this move. If we do get maybe a little bit of a pullback or maybe we get a sell-off corresponding with the FOMC, my impression, or at least my understanding of it, is that it could be a dip buying opportunity if we see that. And so if there is some panic tomorrow on Wednesday, if there's some panic, still continued selling on Thursday, maybe those are dip buying opportunities. I could, of course, be wrong. But, I'm just going to kind of lay out this little path that I think could happen if we do pull back. Pull back, retest that 50-day simple moving average, maybe wick below it, I don't know. And then maybe from there, we go higher. Because, well, let's see, get that, something like that, I don't know. That would be getting it up to like $22. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and maybe you could think about it somewhat. This is going to be very rough because I haven't really thought about this much. But maybe there's like, a little inverse head and shoulders pattern here. And so maybe we get up to, that neckline. And I think that the right shoulder didn't fill. There we go. So yeah, maybe we get up to there. And then from that, we could potentially do like, a Fibonacci extension. How would I draw that? I'd probably go from the base of the head to the armpit here to that shoulder. And then a 100% move from that would actually suggest price could be getting up to like $26. And I think I should have a 1618 as well. That would be suggesting $33. So definitely a lot of upside potential with this. And, from what we're hearing, and if we look at history, whether it's Bitcoin, crypto in general, the fourth quarter of the year tends to be very good. So maybe we start to see, the miners like Mara really take off, stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over with the chart. And so I did also have this post over here I wanted to go over. And so I was looking at calls because I actually hold some calls. None of the ones, actually, I don't have any contracts listed up here. But yeah, I have a contract, I think a $50 strike that expires in January. Not financial advice. I think in the green with it now. But I was trying to figure out, do I trim at like 60% in profit or something? Because, I was holding the bag for a little while. And I think the reality is, no, that would be a bad idea. So I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with trimming in that. I have until January, so plenty of time. But anyways, this is what I posted on X, just the screenshot. This is the net call and put premium from Mara. And so as I record this today, Tuesday, September 16th, but I imagine most of you will be watching this on Wednesday. But anyways, for Tuesday, Mara had a net call premium increase of $10.75 million, whereas net put premium decreased by more than $1 million. It looks like $1.1 million decrease in the puts. So that looks really good. We do see, the stock price going up and the green being the net call premium there. So that just looks really good. That stood out to me. And then so in this post, maybe I want to zoom in on it so we can read it a little bit easier. So I'll just read it to you guys. So, like I said, like I was just saying, that Mara net call premium is up by 10.75 million today, which is the highest it's been in more than a month. And then, so what I did in Unusual Whales, maybe I can just give a little example right here. This is basically the chart that I had, and then I adjusted the date up here. So looking at the chart, going back 30 days, so we can see, oh, there's that big spike. But then if I, adjust this going back to, let's see, August 5th or so we could, look back further in time, then we can see, oh, there's another spike over here and stuff like that. So I just kind of scrolled back through the year. This would have been on, let's see, July 2nd. So I just scrolled back through the year to kind of look at some of those spikes, the ones that stood out to me. And, actually looking back on all the 2025 net call premium data, the really net contract premium. I was really just focusing on calls, but yeah, anyways. The highest peaks were, so we got a tie for 1 and 2, 1 being September 16th, so Tuesday of this week at 10.75 million. Then we got a tie, excuse me, on May 9th at 10.75 million. January 17th, 10.36 million, takes number 3. And then July 2nd was 8.73 million. So if you look back for all of 2025, those are the top 4. If we go back to, I think, December 2024, I think there was one that was like maybe 11 or 14 million. I'm not exactly sure. And I could actually, just to give you a little example, I'm going to go back. Let's just do January 1st, or I guess January 2nd. And we can see, yeah, okay, there's a big spike here. That was 15.78 million. And so that's, a lot of money. What happened with the stock price in yellow after that? It did go up, but then it started to kind of pull back. So, word of caution, do have a plan. It looks like insider Fred Thiel, I guess that would be the CEO, that he sold 27.5 thousand shares on the 16th. We can actually open that up. I wasn't paying attention to that earlier. So yeah, it does look like there have been some sells over here. So maybe that's not such a good look. Maybe I'm going to regret putting this video out being bullish on Mara. Maybe it's hopium. I'm not sure, but maybe it's also just taking some risk off the table before the FOMC. So that's something to consider. But yeah, coming back to this, really just coming back to the chart, let's see, and I'm actually going to just pull these forward. I don't need to have them at the very bottom there, or approximately the bottom. I'm just going to extend them forward into the future. So yeah, I could see this heading up to that neckline around $20 to $22. If it does break through that, I could see Mara getting to around 26. And if it does break through that, probably with some consolidation, form a bull flag, I think it could be getting up to 33, maybe by, sometime in October. So yeah, I think the chart's looking really good. I was just excited to be thinking about this RSI, recognizing that, it does have some more room to go. We are in the 4th year of the Bitcoin cycle, the year after the halving, and we are about to enter the 4th quarter of the year. So that makes me think that, Mara, Bitcoin, crypto, could be rallying a lot, especially following the FOMC rate cut announcement. I imagine we will get tomorrow. But yeah, I am going to wind this down and turn in for the night. And, as always, though, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more kind of chaotic videos like this. But hopefully they are informative. They are useful for me. I hope they are helpful for you. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great hump day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.